Guys, can I tell you about the dream I had last night?
Did it involve me?
Did it involve me?
No, yes. So, I'm at Alton Towers with this girl. She's like a faceless, nameless girl. She's a lovely girl. And we're waiting in a queue for one of the rides. And then James Duck is behind me.
Who's that?
He's somebody I went to school with. Haven't seen him in years. Never
James Duck! What?
So James Duck's behind me. And he said, and me and this girl were like getting along really well. Like, you know, we're probably a couple or something. And he says, Harry, you want to stop that? Cause
Tell it was a dream.
Yeah. He says, Harry, you want to stop that? Because Dave will get really annoyed. I was like, oh, alright, well, screw you then. So we walked out the queue. And we went to Oblivion. And David Enns didn't want to get on Oblivion because he was scared. So I was like, just watch these people in front of us go on it. It'll be okay. And then we'll have a go. He was like, okay. And then people in front of us, it crashed. Like it was a proper roller coaster tycoon style crash. It was kind of crazy. So we're like, oh shit, okay. So they kicked everybody off the ride because it crashed. So I was like, well, screw this then. Let's just go to the pub. So we did. So I sat there having a drink in the pub and, you know, sort of drowning my sorrows because I wanted to go on Oblivion. I couldn't. And somebody came up and were like, you know that Alton Towers are planning on suing somebody because one of the kids was littering. I was like, well, it wasn't me. And
why would that have anything to do with it?
I don't know. But it wasn't me. So they said, no, they're planning on, like, pressing charges. It's like, oh, well, come on, let's go sort things out. So,
But it wasn't you!
So I know. So I grabbed Damon Scott, right? And he was angry as well, so I sort of charged him up. I was like, come on, Damon, let's go sort this out. So we went back to Alton Towers and there was like a full-blown riot going on. Like, there was flames everywhere. And like people were like pushing each other and shoving. I was like, oh, let's do this. So I like ran over and everyone was like trying to climb out the entrance and like people were falling over each other. People were like,
when do I turn into the stream then?
You'll come up later, don't worry. So I'm in the middle of this riot and oh shit. And I thought, hold on, there's this big war going on and nobody's using their wands. Why don't I just get my wand out and it'll all be fine?
Harry got his wand out
so,
in a fight.
So I took out my magic wand and I was like just shooting sparks at everyone. And I went into the corner and I found this like cupboard in the corner of Alton Towers. That had some mushrooms in it and I said, oh, this'll work great, finally. So I took the mushrooms over to Dumbledore and I said, here you go, here's the mushrooms you needed. He was like, thanks, Harry. So we tried doing this like spell. But it didn't work very well.
I just want to smash it on the side like you do at work. Carry on.
You have a weird dream.
Yeah. So he tried to do this spell and it wasn't working properly. And I said, oh, don't worry, it's all calming down now anyway. And he was like, oh, alright, cool.
Alright, cool.
So everyone was like walking out. So I walked out of Alton Towers and we were all sort of marching down the street because we'd won the war. And like, I had my army uniform on, except the uniform was just like an army jacket and jeans. And it wasn't very good. So we're walking down the street and it's like this lovely like village street. And I look up and like...
It wasn't that you're like the main person in this big war.
So I look up over there and there's like a pub with like a little balcony on like a big garden. And there's somebody who looks a lot like Katie but a little bit different. And I'm walking past and she's smiling at me. I'm sort of walking and I don't want to break the line because I'm marching through this street. I'm like, is that Katie over there? She keeps smiling at me going like, oh, come over here. I'm like, I don't think it's Katie. I think it's just a girl who's like smiling at me. She likes me or something. So I keep marching.
Two girls in one dream.
I know.
Hot.
So eventually I thought, you know what? Balls to it. And I broke the line. So I went over and I saw her and it was Katie. And I was like, yeah, right. And you was just saying, oh, well done on, like, winning the war at Alton Towers. I was like, oh, thanks. So anyway, I've got to go now because, you know, I'm in this march. So I went down and we sat on the grass and Dumbledore was giving this big speech. It was really, really interesting. And then there was this hill next to me, so I said to David Wilson, do you want to just roll down this hill? He went, yeah, okay. So we did.